Second, hang on 1 second.
You guys can't, it's already going live. We're live on Facebook. Okay, hey guys, how are you today? It's Wednesday, hump day in Chicagoland area, and it is a beautiful, beautiful fall day here. And I'm so excited because not only do we have one person to interview today, we have two, and we previously had interviewed Cindy, and now we're bringing on one of her very good friends. But I just want to say, Laura, I'm excited that you made this connection with these women because I know that you ladies are going to affect a lot of people. With that, Laura, I want to turn it over to you so you can introduce Cindy and Diane.
Great. Thanks, Deb. I'm so excited to be here on this beautiful Wednesday. I know it's cooler out, but I just want to say when I met these two ladies was at a church retreat and they were just phenomenal. First of all, I couldn't believe their age. They told me how old they were and I couldn't believe it. And then they started telling me about their products that they've been taking, and they started me off on the products, and I absolutely loved them. I had a little hard time at first, but I got into the right product and now I absolutely love it. So with that, I'm going to introduce you to Diane Helmold and Cindy Lunz, and you girls take it away.
Thank you, Lori, for that nice intro. And Debbie, we're honored to share because I actually have been 28 years taking this product. And I mean, I feel better today and do more today as a Nana of 5 than I did raising my 4 little ones before it. So it's been 28 years I've been taking this product now. I don't know if any of you have heard of Reliv, but Reliv has changed my life. So I'll just share how I got started. It probably was the lowest of my low. I'm in Chicago, married to a Chicago fireman. And like most firemen, they all have side jobs, and he was a painter. So he was gone about 80 to 90 hours a week. I was 34 years old. I had 3 little ones at the time. And I was on the couch. I was praying to God for an answer because I couldn't deal with the day-to-day living. I was overwhelmed being a mom because they were always interrupted with doctor appointments, midnight trips to Walgreens, or hospital stays because they were so sick. So it put me on the couch with a lot of exhaustion and anxiety and depression. And I was kind of living as a single mom. All the kids and all this fell on my shoulders. The 5-year-old was ready to get cortisone shots. His skin issues were so bad, so severe. Nothing was helping him. No ointment, no doctor. And so that was the next step. And when I found this company, that referral was taped to the fridge. I also had my daughter who was ready to get tubes in the ears, chronic ear infections, always seeing doctors again. And that referral was taped to the fridge, ready to give her surgery to put tubes in her ears. And she had ADD issues. She was age 3 and never had her diagnosed, but I'm a teacher by trade in the primary grade. And I'll tell you, something was wrong. She was deficient. And we would butt heads, and I'd put my head on the pillow and I'd say, "Dear Lord, let tomorrow be better." I don't like what I'm saying to her. And any of you who have had a child who is like, you know, the attention deficient, you probably know what I'm talking about. And then our 3-month-old, to top it off, was crying every day since birth. I was literally out of my mind. And I was praying in prayer, and I said, "Lord, I can't go on if this is all you have for me." And that's when my friend reached out to me and told me about this company. And it's so simple. All she said was, "Di, you got to come to my house. You got to hear what I heard, see what I saw, meet who I met." And she said, "It's a company that's blessing lives and 2 prayers of today, health and finances." And I looked up and I said, "Lord, am I really supposed to go to her house?" And the kicker is we hadn't talked for like 6 months because we both just had our 3rd baby. So we were off, like we were MIA. And I'm like, why is she calling me at this particular time? Okay, so it was divine intervention. I went to her house. The day changed my life. I got on the product, and I really thought I was going to get my money back because, you know, we're inundated. Well, I have this and I have that, and everything does this. She didn't make any claims. We don't make any medical claims. Reliv doesn't cure or treat. It's just good nutrition. And it bridges the gap from what we eat and don't eat. And that's what she told me. So then I went to a meeting, getting more information on the product. And ladies, I saw people, ordinary people like me, a lot of teachers, were building a business, helping people with their health. And I elbowed my friend. I said, "You mean I could make $2,000 a month helping people? Reliv would pay me? Who's going to show me how to do this? Can you give me a step-by-step plan?" And I came in to the business. There's different levels. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I'll tell you, in a month, I was off that couch back into life, doing more in a day than I did in a week. I couldn't believe it. This stuff, okay, never went back to my vitamins. And in 6 months, we were off all meds and all worries. In fact, my husband, who's a fireman, he doesn't put anything bad in his body. Cindy knows him. He is so disciplined. I mean, he doesn't eat chocolate. I mean, how could you not eat chocolate, right? Anyway, he's so disciplined. But he had headaches and allergies. They went away. No more allergy meds, no more medication for his headaches. And I'll tell you, in 12 months after having 5 miscarriages, I had a Reliv baby. I call her Reliv baby because I took this as my prenatal. Did not take prenatal vitamins. I took 3 scoops a day and another product, our fiber store. And I'll tell you, amazing delivery, amazing pregnancy. Today, those kids are 26 to 33. They still take Reliv. They're married. We have 5 grandkids. My mother is in Smith Village in Chicago, if some of you know that. And she's 90 years old. She's organizing Scrabble games, you know, writing to the politicians, telling her beliefs and what she wants passed. And she's amazing. I mean, she blows me away. And I'm like, gosh, I hope I'll be half that, you know, at 90 years old. What's the difference? You know what? She took this too. She was my first customer. So she's been on it for 28 years. So Reliv's changed my life. As I got older, guys, I went on to lose 30 pounds. You know, I could lose weight, but it would come back because I didn't lose it the right way. This stuff like curbed my appetite. I wasn't craving the Wendy's chocolate, the Rolos at the gas station, the Checker French fries. I wasn't eating as much at every meal, and I wasn't having second helpings. And I have not had ice cream after dinner in 28 years. I don't want it anymore. I don't need it. So will I have chocolate? Yeah, but I don't crave it. So guys, I can't say enough. Today, fast forward, I've had help with aches and pains, with horrible arthritis. Breathe through menopause. I'll be 62 next month. And I was sinking, and my friend sent me a life jacket. And that life jacket has brought me to where I am today. And quickly, I'll just share, this income has helped provide all 4 of our kids going to private schools, kindergarten to college, and 4 weddings. So they live in 4 different states. The insanity is like, it's crazy. I wake up sometimes, I'm like, am I in Maryland? Am I in Wisconsin, Nevada, Chicago? Because they all live different places. But I'll tell you, this business, because it's portable, it's all I've ever done. And when that 4th baby was born, Kevin left his side jobs, came home to be a dad. It's been 26 years. We've been a team raising our kids together, putting faith and family first. And everything I have just fits in my book bag. Put it on my shoulder. I can go on the airplane. And everywhere around us, people are tired. They're sick. They're broke. And so we just are the messenger. That's all we are. And I shared the message with Cindy 4 years ago. We know each other through our husbands at the fire department, and we reconnected. So I now go to her jazzercise, and she's on the Reliv. And Cindy, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Yes, Diane walked into my jazzercise class about 4 years ago. And yes, we did know each other. You know, we had met briefly, and my husband was a paramedic. And so she came to class, and we struck up a really good friendship. We had a lot in common. And I have always been very healthy, except for some little throat problems along the way since I was a kid, you know, from tonsillitis. But I've been teaching jazzercise now for 37 years. I've taught anywhere from up to over 20 classes a week, which now I still teach over 10 classes a week, and personal train people. Full-time caregiver for the last 7 years for my mother and my brother. And I also work for the retired religious in our community. And I, you know, wasn't looking for anything in particular, but I thought, you know what, I'm taking some supplements, and they weren't really doing anything for me. And I started talking to Diane about it. And, you know, I'm also a runner. So I've been doing Chicago marathons and half marathons. And in fact, I just signed up and I got accepted as a legacy runner for next year's Chicago marathon. I don't know, like thinking about it now, but my youngest daughter is going to be her first, and I wanted to run with her because I ran with my older daughter. So Diane introduced me to the products, and I started getting some, slowly results because, like I said, I wasn't not feeling good. But she came to my mom's house, and my mom sat down there, my brother, my kids, and they all listened to her presentation, and we had samples of this. And I got my whole family on this product, and over the time, I've had relief from mild carpal tunnel and my throat. I've always had like pharyngitis or swollen glands at least 2 or 3 times a year, and a lot of times some stress because I'm going. People call me the Energizer Bunny, and I still am the Energizer Bunny, but I don't have that letdown or that fatigue that I used to have like at the end of the day. I mean, I'd be doing yard work, and my husband would say, "It's 9 o'clock. Come in." I'm not that sheer exhausted. So I started noticing my energy level was like being good throughout the day. And I have my mother on the product. She's going to be 92 on Friday. My brother, who had a stroke 7 years ago, he's on the product. He has dropped 50 points in his cholesterol, his triglycerides. My mother, they both reduced blood pressure medicine. My oldest daughter has used it as prenatal for both of her children. She's nursing, so the babies get it. My granddaughter, who's 2, she just loves the product. In fact, one day I videoed and I showed Diane, I was feeding her, and I had my Reliv shake there, and she just wanted it. Every time I'm having one, I have to make one for her. She's on the kids now, which is good also for brain function. And my mother's on there too. So anyway, I got some good results over time. I have not had an antibiotic, which I used to get at least 2 to 3 times a year for my throat in 4 years since I've been on the Reliv. But what was really interesting was that because I teach so many classes and I'm so busy and I go all day, that sometimes I wouldn't eat the right way, and I might have a candy bar, a bag of chips, and then I might eat something late at night, just not as healthy as you think I should eat. A lot of it was just because I didn't have time and I was tired. But it, like Diane said, it does curb your appetite on other things, and not that it's a meal replacement, but it does nourish your body from the in, and it regenerates those cells. They're like shriveled up raisins, and when you give them the good nutrition, they start popping up like a grape. And I also take Active, which you can use as a meal replacement, but it's got 15 grams of protein in it, and it fulfills your body the way it was meant to be. And right before I got on Reliv, I had a Baker's cyst, if you know what that is. It's a little fluid-filled sac in the back of your knee, usually caused by a slight little tear. Who knows how? I had to go to orthopedic because it was just hurting my leg so much, and I need my body to work out. And so he said, who knows how it happened? I could have just been doing a chasse and moved it. Nothing that warrants surgery. And he had to drain it. I had to get it drained. And he said, you're gonna have to keep getting it drained or don't exercise. Ain't gonna happen in my lifetime. So I did. I started getting, I had a couple cortisone shots, didn't really want to be on that, was on the Reliv, very regimented, just 2 shakes a day, sometimes 3 when I was heavily training for the marathon. And that in that time, he said that I would have to continue getting that Baker's cyst drained. It has not come back on behind my leg. In fact, I just ran a 15K with my 2 daughters on Sunday. That's 9.3 miles, a hot chocolate race, which is always fun. And my knees feel great. My youngest daughter has ADD, and she had a thyroid problem. And just like really quickly is that I put her on this after Diane gave it to me in October. It's just been 4 years for me, and she was going to college. I sent her back with the can. I keep calling her, are you taking your shake? Yes, Mom, I'm taking my shake. So she came home Christmas break. I refilled her medicine, put it on her nightstand. I said, haven't you not been taking your medicine? Well, I don't take it really regular. So long story short is before she went back to school, she went to the endocrinologist. Her numbers should have been at a certain level. They were higher than that. And he said, checked your blood level. The numbers were down. He said, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing it. You're taking the medicine, right? She goes, no, I'm not really. The only thing different she did was take the Reliv. So now in this time, she has gotten off methimazole, atenolol, and we're working on the Adderall where she's really reducing that. And she takes the kids' chocolate. She takes the kids' chocolate or vanilla, and it has extra brain function, and it really levels her out. So health-wise, my husband has taken it for like torn tendons that he had in his leg, which is beyond repair, but he loves these Lunar Rich capsules and the CBD, and we all take it and we all feel great. And I wasn't looking for a business because I really don't have any time to fit something in. But you know what? the business found me, and I love to help people. And that's why I do jazzercise. And so little by little, people would ask me and I would share it with them. Some stick with it, some don't. It's just like anything. You have to be committed. If it's worth it for you, and then you stick with it, because the most expensive bed is a hospital bed. And when people say I can't afford it because this is coming up or this is coming up, well, you know what? Put it into your food budget, because this is the most important. When you're healthy and you're feeling good, everybody else around will be too. And the last thing I just really want to say is when this pandemic hit, it hit hard. And I'm in the fitness industry and all my classes closed. And it was just only a couple weeks ago that I'm actually in a building. I have been holding my classes outside, and Diane knows, because we would be out there. We were out there from March until last October. And then we went in for a week or so. Somebody got COVID. They came into the building, shut us down again. Then we got the shutdown in Illinois. And so I've been outside teaching classes, and I'm rebuilding my business because a lot of people have found other things to do or just fell off the fitness path. But during that time in March, when everything else was closed, I just shared it a little bit more because people were looking to get for their help. And you know that those months from March to July were the most profitable months that I've been in Reliv. You know, and that was because we weren't shut down. We can talk to people. And that's what people are looking for. They're looking for help or a better way to work from home. And I'll be grateful that Diane came into my class and, you know, and told me about it. And like I said, it just works in my lifestyle. They complement each other. And the most thing is you have a passion for it. You know, I want to help people and I want people to feel as good. And I'm going to be 65 coming in February. I can't believe it. I'm going on Medicare. But anyway, I don't feel it. And I'm down on the floor and running and doing things with my grandkids and loving every bit of life. So thank you for introducing Reliv to my life.
Oh my goodness. Your ladies are amazing. Well, this is the perfect example of things that we want to have here on our platform, you know, for the health and wellness of you. It's mind, body, soul, everything, you know, and it's so true, ladies, if you're not putting the right things in your body, no matter what it is, and you guys have an amazing product, and there's other things that I'm sure out there that are good as well. It's doing something. It's making that step, you know. But what's really cool, what we really want you guys to do, because I know we're all tight on time today, because we were very fortunate to get you two. We had tried. We probably could have got one of you, but we wanted you both together because the story is so powerful. It's so powerful about how you connected. We want you to put all your information on our Facebook site. So our listeners right now here, so you know, they will put things out there so you know how to get a hold of them. You know, I'm sure there's opportunities that you might be doing Zooms or maybe able to connect with people and let them know a little bit more how the program could work for them, you know, a little bit more about what the products are. And we also are asking that you will go ahead and put information on there. You know, it's stories. We love stories. This is what it's all about. We're encouraging everybody, you know. It might not be that you have to drop weight. It might just be that you have to get healthy. And there's so many things that you guys talked about that it can help. And it's so true. When your body's in balance and you're feeding it the right nutrition, you know, our bodies were intended to work and our bodies were intended to have strong immunities and work well. But too many people abuse their bodies, you know, and we all do, okay, at some point in time, you know, but I love what you guys do. I love your passion. I love your friendship. I mean, isn't it funny how God puts people in our path, okay, you know, how we end up connecting and how everything that we're able to affect so many people, you know. And today I'm confident that this is going to get shared and you're going to get things from it. There's no doubt, because people are always looking for things, you know, to help. And maybe
can I clarify?
Yes.
Could I? Okay. For those of you who are listening for the first time, we have about 16 products, but the cool thing is I took it as prenatal, so did Cindy's daughter, all the way to my mom. Everybody starts on the same core nutrition, whether it's the kids or this. My mom takes the kids because it has 5 extra ingredients for the brain. It doesn't matter, but it's so simple, and it has 72 vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and trace elements in perfect balance in every scoop, and you take 2 a day, morning and then later. And I'll tell you, that's what makes this so simple. I never went back to my vitamins, you know, and neither did Cindy. So that's the simple thing. And if you think of the word DAME, D-A-M-E, it helps with D is digestion. So acid reflux, irritable bowel. There's no warning labels. You can give it to a dog, to infant, no
Wow.
warning labels. So you can take this with your medicine. People say, can I take with my medicine? Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. My father reduced his insulin 3 times the
Wow.
first month. And diabetics, you got to worry. They go up and down and up and down. And that's where, you know, he was worried about losing a toe. And his sugar levels were never more stabilized. So so the D is digestion. The digestion is being addressed. Okay, irritable bowel, anything with the digestion, IBS. The A is absorption. Like Cindy said, you're going to start absorbing things better, and so that's why your medicine works better, because your medicine isn't working that hard anymore. Your cells are plump, they're healthy. The medicine doesn't have to work as hard, so your body's absorbing everything better. The M is metabolism. Your circulation improves. So DAME, M is metabolism. And as your metabolism improves, your circulation improves, your organs work better. And the E of DAME is elimination. It's going to pull the toxins from your pore and get rid of it. So 80% of the diseases today, the concerns, stem from our gut. Newsweek did a huge article years back. And what this does, like you said, Debbie, it balances you out. So just wanted to share that.
Well, you know, you just said the gut to brain. The gut to brain is all there. That's it. I mean, it's huge, and a lot of people don't realize that. So that's amazing. Well,
And
you know,
can I add
and
one thing?
absolutely,
Can I add
go
one
for it.
thing really
Yeah.
quick? Is when you're talking about this, some people go, "Oh, I don't have any problem going to the bathroom or anything." It's not about that, but we have good fiber, soluble and insoluble. And some people are constipated. Some have a little bit more IBS issues. My mother was one of them. And she's 92, you know, she's taken several different medicines, but she's still good. And you know what? There was never, not a day that Imodium or IV Guard was not on the table. You know that she don't even use it anymore, because I give her the fiber store, both of them, and it works with the product. And that's the beauty of these products, is that you might not need all the targeted products. You don't necessarily need them. They all work together. They're synergistically working in your body. You can't, you can only take this one and no, I can't take this one later. And you have to take this pill with this and that. No, you can take them all at once. So it is the simplest, easiest thing. I don't forget to take my shake, but I would forget to take my vitamin pill.
Well, and it sounds like you ladies have eliminated a lot of vitamins. So if people are looking at the cost factor, if you're eliminating the high cost of vitamins and you're taking your budget and you're saying, okay, this is a meal, you know, you like, how much do you pay for all these other things? So you really are, if you do it right, you're really not spending any additional. It's just that you're kind of reorganizing your you know,
Right.
budget.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that is amazing. Laura, I'm going to turn it over to you. We're very thankful, ladies, that you were
Oh,
able to
yes.
spend this time with us. It's been
Yeah.
fabulous hearing.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot from Lori about you guys. I want to check out more of your products. And Lori, I'm turning it over to you.
Oh, thanks, Deb. Thanks, girls. I just want to say, you know, with I've been using the kids product, and I love it. And I've been wanting to introduce it to my grandchildren because they do not eat right. And so last time I was over by my son's house, I had Josephine, my granddaughter, taste it, and she absolutely loved it. And the kids love it. And I want to order the chocolate ones because I have granddaughter, because these kids don't eat right. My granddaughter doesn't eat right. She's so skinny and she eats just junk, just candy all the time. And, you know, so you introduce them to the chocolate or even the vanilla. It's great. You know, they love the fruit in there. And so I would encourage anybody that has children or grandchildren that have issues even concentrating in school to try their product. I really love it. I take a lot of the CBD oil that goes into under your tongue, and it really helps me out a lot. But yeah, what I'm really impressed with is the fact that this company has been around since 1988. Companies have come and gone with certain kinds of products in this field, and they just don't make it. But this has been around since 1988. With this, I figured out 33 years it is. So that's amazing. You know, that says it for itself, you know, and the fact that, you know, meeting you two women have really changed my life because you're so you're into so much into taking care of people with everything you do. You guys are inspirations to me, and I want to thank you for that. And I want to thank you for being on our program today. Again, everybody, we're going to put all of Diane and Cindy's stuff up on our Facebook page, and they're going to share it with theirs. But don't forget, everybody, we have our own YouTube page now. And you just look up for the health and wellness of you, and you could subscribe to it. And we're still putting on past ones on there, but we have a lot on there. It's amazing. Debbie, how many interviews have we done?
Well, we've definitely done well over, I think we're close to, like, between the segments that we do together and our interviews, we're close to 100. I know that we're way up there. You know? But we also want to say, ladies, that please feel free to share our platform, because we're helping each other. You know, somebody's going to see our stuff, and it's going to, and some of the interviews and the things that we've brought to this platform, and help them. But then, and then a lot of our people, or people we haven't even met yet, may see yours, and it's great. So as soon as we're done here, I convert it to a YouTube, and it goes onto our YouTube. Then, and we share it with you, ladies. Lori will share it with you, and it'll also be on for the health and wellness, or you can turn around and share it to anybody that you want. So this is a fantastic interview for you guys to use in case somebody says, well, how'd you get started, or what's going on? And maybe you don't have time right at that moment to talk to them, and you can share this video, you know, or share the segment. So ladies, thank you
know
again.
what, can I say one last thing?
Yeah,
you don't know how you don't know what somebody else is struggling with, or how you might affect somebody's life. And this just goes to show our full circle of how we got to know each other. Diane walked into my class, my jazzercise class, then I got on the Reliv products. I was involved at the church, Christ Renews His Parish Mission, for women at Queen of Martyrs Church. And I invited Diane to join. Diane came, and we did a women's weekend. Lori came and participated, and she became our friend and joined the church process. And then you two, you and Deb, have started this to help people. And now we are all helping each other. So
Right. Isn't that
someone's
amazing?
going to need something, you know, so
Right.
don't ever be afraid, because sometimes I'm a little afraid, but you know what? It might be just what that person needs.
Right.
Well, and I want to add one more last thing to say this, is that I think that, of course, we all know this pandemic was horrific. Okay. And we all had horrible experiences in all different ways. But when you look at some of the greatness that it did have, it did bring people to social media where we were able to get on a platform and do this. And it gave us that idea when we had our downtime, because I was in the same boat. We were stuck doing nothing. And Lori and I are like, well, what can we do? You know, and then we know it was a God-given thing. We know that we were called to do this. But what's so cool, again, like you said, Cindy, is that we're starting to touch all these different people. And what better way to say that we're able to do it? You know, we're able to have fun. So again, we thank you both, and you know, just share, everybody. We're trying to we're over 600. We're shooting for 1,000, so we're on our way.
Yeah, we will share it. And Lori, it's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. So nice to see you again, and nice to meet you, Debbie. Great,
you too.
Great job.
Thank you for inviting us.
Oh, absolutely, ladies. Thank you again. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being so transparent. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.